Hi, I'm meteorologist Jay Birschbach. This is Carl Nelson. We're at the Imagination Station once again. This is Imagine It. Today, dealing with capillary action, and a really neat way how fluids go from A to B, and even some pretty flowers today. Carl,
Absolutely.
what are we doing?
We're going to color some carnations and some other flowers using food coloring. And this is a great time of year to try this in the winter where it's really dry, because the way plants get moisture from their roots up to the top, two processes. One is capillary action, and the other is evaporation of water from the leaves or the petals. Okay. So the first one, capillary action, I got what I think is kind of a cool demonstration of that. I got two pieces of glass that are binder clipped together, and they're making like a wedge, okay? Because I have a popsicle stick on this side, it's about a 1mm gap, and over here, the glass is right next to one another.
Okay.
All right, so we've got a gap in between there. Got a tray full of red food coloring. Just gonna drop this down inside there and see what happens. And as it sits in there, you can see some of the water is going to be drawn up on the side where the popsicle stick is, but not very high. On the side where the glass is touching on the edge, you can see it's just starting to build up there. It'll get higher and higher and higher because the water molecules kind of like to stick more to the glass than they do to themselves. It'll actually overcome gravity and slowly draw itself up to the top of the glass. And if you leave it in there long enough, it'll go almost nearly to the top. But you can see there's an appreciable difference in terms of if the glass is close together. And that's capillary action. That's what's happening partway with flowers.
Okay.
The other thing, like I said, is the water vapor evaporating from the flowers themselves. So you can do something cool with this. You can get some food coloring, all right? You can pick any color you want.
Ask your parents first, kids?
Yeah.
Okay.
And get some flowers. Carnations work great. And the simplest thing you can do is you just, I had some test tubes here, you just dip the flower right into, say, some blue food coloring, and you get blue petals.
Very neat.
Jay, you've got a yellow one over there, right? Now,
most together, what do you get? Oh, sorry.
Well, no, that's great. That's perfect. That's the next step. Right. Now, at home, you probably don't have test tubes, right? You might have soda straws.
Yep.
So a clever thing you can do is take some soda straws and a binder clip. You got mini test tubes that you can put your flower stem into.
Really?
But you had a great question there. What do you do if you combine, and what I've done is I've split the stem, okay, one side in blue, one side in yellow, and you get a flower that has yellow on one side, blue on the other side, and you were so on it. You got green in the middle. Color mixing happening in the flower, okay? So, like I said, you could stick those into two separate sides of a soda straw, two different colors. In fact, you could even do something as elaborate. Let me give you a rose here.
Thank you, sir.
This rose is kind of cool because I did the same sort of thing here with my binder clips.
Okay.
And at the top, you can see each petal. We peel these off. One is a greenish color. The next one in might be a bluish color. We got some yellow happening in there. And you have a multicolored rose.
Very cool. And I think you have a time lapse.
Yeah.
What it looks like.
The time lapse is really cool.
Draws up the color.
Absolutely. With the carnations, you can see how it's just pulling in, and then I sort of reverse the time lapse a little bit so you can see it going back and sort of oscillates back and forth. It's a really nice illustration of how not only the moisture leaving, but also the dye coming into the leaves.
That is neat.
Easy as that.
Very neat. Cool. Thank you so much. Sure. That was an awesome experiment. Very colorful. For Carl Nelson, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jay Birschbach. That was Imagine It.